Hi everybody, this is Ellen. In this tutorial I'm going to show you how to make the double crochet triangle granny, or granny triangle I guess. I think they're super pretty, and I think the potential for adding them to projects is pretty good. So it's definitely one that you want to know, as well as the granny square too. This is kind of the larger one, and then we also have the single crochet one, which there will be a tutorial, or is a tutorial out for this one as well too, so you can check that one out. So, but this one, tutorial is for this one. Band wise, it is of course a lot of bands compared to the single crochet, but I think it turns out really beautiful, so it's kind of worth it. The center area here is 41, then we go to 79, and then 115, and then it just kind of keeps increasing as we go around. Be prepared if you're going to do a large project. I saw an amazing, although it wasn't a granny triangle, it was a granny square. I saw an amazing one on Facebook by one of my Facebook friends, and fantastic. I was sorely impressed. It was beautiful. It was huge. It's like making a blanket in crochet. I kind of lose my patience after I get so far because I want it to just be done. But geez, it's nice work. But I'm going to show you how to make this. So I'll put this over here. I'm going to start with the center. Make it yellow. I'm going to start with one band on the hook, wrap it around once into a figure 8 for a cat band. Then we're going to chain 3. So pull up a band, pull up another one, and pull up a third one. So you have your cap band and then 3 bands pulled up. Go back into your cap band, and we're going to do what is essentially 3 double crochets. And we're going to take a band, pull it through the cap band, put both ends on your hook. Take another band, pull it up through the 2 bands we just pulled up, both ends back on the hook. Then you'll take a band through everything. So right there is essentially 2 double crochets. So we're aiming for 4. The chain 3 counts as a double crochet, and then we just made 1, so that's 2, so we need to make 2 more. So back into that center cap band, pull up 2 bands. So 1 and 2. And pull a band through everything. So that's 3. Go back into the cap band. Chain 2 more bands. So 1 and 2. And pull a band through everything. So you have 4 double crochets. There we go. Then you are going to chain 1. Pull a band through everything. Then you're going to go back into the cap band and make 4 more double crochets. So back in the cap band, pull up 2 bands. 1, 2, and pull a band through everything. That's 1. Go back into the center, pull up 2 bands. 1, 2, and then a band through everything. That's 2. Back in the center. Pull up a band. Pull a band through everything. So that's 3. 1 more. Pull up 2 bands. And pull a band through everything. So you should have kind of this shape here. Then you're going to do a chain 1. Then we're going to go back into the center and do 4 more double crochets. So pull up 2 bands. Then pull a band through everything. Back into the center, Pull up 2 bands. You pull a band through everything. And go back in the center. Pull up the 2 bands. And pull a band through everything. So that's 3, and then back in the center for the 4th one. So you're going to pull up 2 bands. And pull a band through everything. Then do a chain 1. So pull a band through everything. Again. And then what you want to do is, back in our first side here, we did that chain 3. So here's the first band, second band, and there's our 3rd one. You're going to go in through the top of the 3rd one under the teardrop shape. And then pull a band through everything on your hook. Both ends back on the hook, and then you'll want to do a slip knot. So here's what you'll have now. Basically 4 single crochets in a nice little triangle form. So we will start our 2nd row. And we're going to start in the corners. I almost always start in the corners. And we're going to chain 3. So there's 1, 2, and 3. Back in the corner. We're going to do 3 double crochets now. So pull up a band. And pull a band through pull up 2 bands, sorry, and then pull a band through everything. So that's 2. Go back in the corner, pull up 2 bands, and pull a band through everything. That's 3. Back in the corner, pull up 2 bands. And pull a band through everything. Then we are going to chain 2. So 1 and 2. Then go back into the corner. I'm going to do 3 more double crochets. So pull up 2 bands. Back in the corner, pull up the 2 bands, then pull a band through everything. So that's 2. Back in the corner, pull up 2 bands, and pull a band through everything. That's 3, and then 1 more. Back in the corner. Pull up the 2 bands. And pull a band through everything. So that's 4. So you have the chain 3, 3 double crochets, chain 2, 4 double crochets. And then we're just going to go right over to the next corner. So put your hook into that next chain corner. We're going to do 4 double crochets. So just take and pull 2 bands up. 1, 2, and pull a band through everything. Then we're going to do 3 more. Pull up the 2 bands. And pull a band through everything. There's 3. Oh, there's 3, sorry. Now we'll go back in, pull 2 more for the last one here. Two. And band through everything. So now I have 4 double crochets in that next corner over. And I'm going to chain 2. 1 and 2. I'm going to go back in that same corner and do 4 more double crochets. So pull up 2 bands. And pull a band through everything. That's 1. Pull up 2 bands. And pull a band through everything. That's 2. Back in the corner, pull up 2 bands. Band through everything. That's 3. Back in the corner for the last one. So pull up those 2 bands. And take a band through everything. So that's 4. Then we'll find our last chain corner in the first round. Do the same thing, so go in through. We're going to chain, or we're going to make 4 double crochets, so pull up 2. And take a band through everything. Need 3 more. Pull up 2 bands. Pull a band through everything. That's 2. Pull up 2 bands. Pull a band through everything. That's 3. 1 more. Pull up those 2 bands. Pull a band through everything. So that's 4. Then we're going to do that chain 2. So 1 and 2. Then we're going to go back into the same corner and do 4 more double crochets. So pull up your 2 bands. And pull a band through everything. Pull up, that's 1. Pull up 2 more bands. And a band through everything. That's 2. Back in the corner. Pull up 2 bands. And a band through everything. That's 3. One more time. Pull up 2 bands. And pull a band through everything. So that's our 4. Then what we're going to do is go back to that chain 3 stitch we did in the beginning. So you have your first band, second band, and the third band. You're going to go underneath the teardrop part of the third band on top. Then take a band and pull it through everything, both ends on your hook, and do a slip knot. A nice little triangle. Sweet. So we'll do a third row. Then after that I'll explain as best I can on how to advance beyond that, but hopefully you'll kind of get the pattern down. So when I start, I always start in a corner. It just seems easier, or makes more sense to me, I guess, but you can start where you like once you know how to do the pattern. But we obviously ended kind of in the middle section here, so I'm just going to come over to the next chain loop in the corner. And I'm going to chain 3, So 1, 2, and 3. And then go back in the corner and we'll do 3 double crochets. So pull up 2 bands. And pull a band through everything. So that's 1. And pull up 2 bands. Pull a band through everything. So that's 2. 1 more. Pull up 2 bands. Then pull a band through everything. So now you should essentially have the chain 3 and then 3 double crochets, which equals 4 double crochets. Then you're going to do a chain 2. So pull through 2 bands. Then going back into that same corner, we're going to do 4 more double crochets. So pull up 2 bands. Then pull a band through everything. Back in. Pull up 2 bands. Band through everything. So that's 2. Pull up 2 bands. And band through everything. Then back into the corner. Pull up 2 bands. And band through everything. So now we should have what looks like this. Chain 3, 3 double crochets, chain 2 for the big corner, and then 4 double crochets. Then what we're going to do is go right into this next little loop space we have here from the last round. It's technically not a chain space because we didn't actually chain to make it. It's just a loop that was created from going from one corner to the next. So, but we're going to go in through here and do 4 double crochets. So pull up 2 bands. And pull a band through everything. So that's 1. Go back in. Pull up 2 more bands. Band through everything. That's 2. Pull up 2 more bands. Pull a band through everything. Then back in for the 4th one. Pull up 2 bands. Then a band through everything. So you have 4 double crochets right here in this little kind of center area of the triangle. Then you're going to find the next corner over, and you're going to go in and do 4 double crochets. So pull up 2 bands. And a band through everything. So that's 1. Pull up 2 bands. Band through everything. That's 2. Pull up 2 bands. And a band through everything. That's 3. One more time. Pull up a band. Pull a band through up again. And then pull a band through everything. So you had this so far. So you're going to chain 2. 1 and 2. And go back into that corner And we do 4 more double crochets, so pull up 2 bands, and pull a band through everything. That's 1, pull up 2 bands again, then a band through everything. That's 2, pull up 2 bands, pull a band through everything. That's 3, one more time. Pull up 2 bands, pull a band through everything. So there's that one, that corner. Then again, we're going to find the next kind of space we have here, which is in the center between the corners. You're going to go in there and do the 4 double crochets. So pull up 2 bands and pull a band through everything. That's 1. Pull up 2 bands, and pull a band through everything. Back in, pull up 2 bands, then a band through everything. That's 3. One more time. Pull up 2 more bands. Sorry about the furnace, that's annoying. And pull a band through everything. So you have the 4 double crochets in that center one. So now find that last corner, and again go in and do 4 double crochets. So pull up 2 bands, and then pull a band through everything, and go back in, pull up 2 bands, and pull a band through everything. That's 2. Back in, pull up 2 bands, and pull a band through everything. That's 3. One more. So pull up the 2 bands, put a band through everything. So we have 4, then we're going to chain 2 for the corner. I'm going to go back into that same corner and do 4 more double crochets. So pull up the 2 bands and then pull a band through everything. And that would be 1. 2 more bands, and pull a band through everything. So that's 2. Back in the corner, pull up 2 bands, pull a band through everything. That's 3. Back in the corner, pull up a band, pull a band through, pull up 2 bands, sorry. I did some single crochet earlier, that's why I keep throwing up that, going a little ahead of myself. Now pull a band through everything. So that's 4. And then finally we're going to go into that last little space in the center. We'll do 4 more double crochets. So pull up 2 bands, Then pull a band through everything. Back in. Pull up 2 bands. And a band through everything. That's 2. And back in. Pull up 2 bands. And pull a band through everything. That's 3. 1 more. So pull up 2 bands. Then pull a band through everything. And once you have the 4, you're going to go back to the beginning where we have the chain 3 we did. So 1, 2, and 3. You're going to go under the kind of teardrop shape of the 3rd one at the top. And take a band and pull it through everything. Put both ends on your hook and make that slip knot. Then you'll have to probably give things a little bit of a tug to adjust some of the corners. Fabulous. I think they turn out super awesome. I'm definitely kind of more a fan of the double crochet ones versus the single crochet ones, but that's just personal preference, I think. So if you want to continue this, the corners are always going to be that starting out will be the chain 3 and then 3 double crochet, then chain 2 and then 4 double crochet around the other side of the corner. And then you're just going to come over to the next space and then do 4 double crochet in that space. Then come over to the next space, do 4 double crochet in that space, and then skip to the corner, and it'll be the 4 double crochet, chain 2, and then 4 double crochet. Then you'll skip to the next space over, 4 double crochet, skip to the next space over, 4 double crochet. Then your corners again, 4 double crochet, chain 2, 4 double crochet, and then the last side would be the 4 double crochet in each one of the spaces, and then do a slip stitch to the top of the 3rd chain from the first bands we pulled up. So basically just remember starting every round with the chain 3, and then you'll do 3 double crochets, which is the same as doing 4 double crochets for this pattern, and then so the next row around we would fill up these 2 spaces right here, but then we would create 3 spaces in the next one up. I think that's right. Yeah. You'll create more spaces in the next one around, so then you'll have the corner, and then you'll have 1, 2, and then like 3 spaces to fill up before the next corner. So you're really only adding in that extra 4 stitches or 4 double crochets on each side as you go and expand. So hopefully it's a lot like the granny squares. When you're enlarging, you're just adding more rows or more spaces to put double crochets on the sides as you go around. Corners won't change, they shouldn't change, and then I didn't do any chains between because I thought that it looked too loose when I did it that way. But I think they turned out really pretty. I think they're neat. Lots of potential for projects, I think, with these designs. I have a few cute ones in mind, and we'll see how those turn out. I've seen a lot of ideas for just even the actual real crochet with yarn granny triangles, and there's lots of ideas that people have been doing with them already, so you can just kind of transfer that over to your loom band ones as well. I'm thinking this looks going to look neat if once I either make a few more here, maybe I guess 4 more, and I get a nice little bowl. It's pretty sweet. Or adding a few more rows to this, stitching up the sides a bit, and you kind of get a nice little triangle sachet pouch type thing. It'd be kind of pretty. You leave the top open a little. So I think it'd be pretty, hopefully you can imagine. But I hope you like these. I hope that you're still enjoying them. I definitely am. I like to crochet, and this is definitely really awesome to be able to combine the two crafting activities, because with getting new tutorials out as often as I do for the Rainbow Loom stuff, I definitely haven't had as much time as I would have liked to crochet, so it kind of makes up for it a little bit. But I definitely will have more of these. If you make any of these or make any creations out of them, I would love to see them on my Instagram page, which is at Crafting Fantastic, or on my Facebook page, which is either feelinspiffy or Crafting Fantastic. Those both should find me if you search for it. Otherwise, there's a link underneath the video. And then, of course, if you subscribe to my channel, you'll know when I come out with more fabulous designs and ideas and different things for you to do. That would be fantastic. But I want to thank you very much for watching. I definitely appreciate it. Keep looming, keep crocheting. I had a few people tell me that they were inspired to crochet, which I think is absolutely amazing. But just keep enjoying doing this, and that's what makes it worth it. But thanks again. I'll have more soon.